It's the NHL season. It's back. I'm so excited, and we start off against the Minnesota Wild, and it didn't, and we didn't start off pretty good. We didn't start the season with the win. I think that might have broken that streak, but either way, pretty good game, despite being shutouts, which is something that I don't really like too much. But there's some good things. There's a silver lining to this. There's some good things that's come out with this. And one of the good things is the offensive shots are coming down pretty hard. But there's a bad news. Philip Gustafsson, like Gustafsson. I forgot, I'm not good with the names, of course. But the goalie of the Minnesota Wild, so he was incredible. He was an incredible goaltender. Um, saved, he pretty much saved 41 shots, along with two goals. One of them was from Brock Faber. That's his first NHL goal, so congrats to Brock Faber. And Joel Eriksson Ek, who also scored from the power play. And that was just like a pretty stuff there um, for Minnesota. So really, that's really not what we wanted to do for the Florida Panthers. Now, the good news is it's only game one, so there's like plenty of games left. Um, but yeah, we'll break this game down. So let's see here. We got some new players coming in. We got Oliver Ekman-Larsson, um, Evan Rodriguez. Some of those guys are making their debut, like Rodriguez coming in, debuting for the Florida Panthers. Oliver Ekman-Larsson coming in to debut. Dmitry Kulikov, he was a Florida Panther for a long time, and he was gone for 7 years, and now he's back. So, welcome back, Kulikov. And a name of interest for the Florida Panthers, and as a guy who's been a prospect for the Florida Panthers for a couple of years, Balenskis is pretty good too. If I can try to find his name, he was drafted in 2021. Mackie Samsakevich, who's making his NHL debut as well tonight. He has played really good. That's why the Florida Panthers have drafted him. He was a Michigan Wolverine. Um, so he knows how to play hockey. So anyway, in the first period, the shots were coming down right away for the Florida Panthers, including Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Rodriguez trying to make something happen. Kachuk wide left, Kulikov saved. So these are the shots that are coming in. Now, when in terms of goals, it didn't come in until 7:54 into the game. So Minnesota, so the shots were blocked by Zuccarello, who was a former Ranger, blocked by Stuntland. Nick Cousins, wrist shot, who's the guy who has sealed the deal for the Florida Panthers against the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round. We don't know that story. And then Minnesota has the puck. Alex Goligoski, shot went wide. Hartman's shot blocked by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And then in the 7:54 into the first period, it's Brock Faber making his NHL debut and making his first NHL goal of his career. So congrats to Brock Faber again. Shots assist by Matt Baldy and Joel Eriksson Ek. So, yeah, not a good start for the Florida's defense, and certainly Bobrovsky trying to get his game back. So yeah, there's that. And then goalie was stopped. Wrist shot saved from Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Then let's see what happens here. I'm trying to get used to the actually breaking down the Florida Panthers thing, so forgive me if I'm going a little bit too slow. Then then there was was there a penalty near the end of the period? Yes, there was a penalty. Ryan Hartman was called for tripping against Barkov, and that goes into the second period with the penalty, and ultimately that penalty was killed off. So then we go to the second period where we start off Florida Panthers trying to make shots down, including Samuel Skevich, who is making his NHL debut for the Florida Panthers, like I said. And then Balinskis was called for slashing against Florida. He slashed against Ryan Hartman. And that penalty was also killed off. So good penalty kill there for the Florida Panthers. Minnesota trying to get stuff in, take away, and then yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. There were turnovers back and right. None were able to get anything going. And then there was a fight. And then there was a fight in 11-14 in the second period. Josh Mahura was called for roughing against Matt Boldy, and then Matt Boldy cross-checked Josh Mahura. So there was a fight in between, bam, bam. And all the teams were coming in together, and then both of them were ending up going to the bench. So it will be a 4-on-4 for now, until Dmitry Kulikov was called for tripping against Matt Zuccarello, and that would be a 4-on-3. Which ultimately mean Minnesota would be on a power play, and right away it did not take long, because of the defense exposed the same guy who scored a goal was the same guy who won the faceoff. It's Joel Eriksson who makes his goal, and that puts Minnesota up front 2-0. So really poor defending there, and that was just not good. That was just not good there. And I didn't like that at all. And then there was a third goal in the same period. I forgot who it was. It doesn't say, but I believe, I'm not sure. I think it was Baldy. I could be wrong. You can correct me. By the way, or unless it was, who was it? I'm not sure. Either way, there was a goal from Minnesota. That would have been the third goal. So that would have been the third goal of the game, except for the fact that Paul Maurice challenged it, and then confirmed that the play was offside. So offside, Minnesota, no goal. So yeah, and then since then, it's been back and forth. Florida trying to get one in. Along with Kalen Addison, who was also making his debut. Shot blocked by Zuccarello. Anton Lundell, wrist shot saved by Gustafsson. Sam Sakovic shot blocked. Nico Makola shot blocked by Hartman again. And then Cousins saved. And then Kevin Stenlund won his face-off. And then Ryan Lomberg save. Lou Serenen face-off. Kachuk save. Kachuk again, blocked by Jake Middleton. And then Middleton with a cheap shot against Lou Serenen. So that he was called for the interference. So Florida goes on a power play, which ultimately that was killed off. So good penalty kill there by Minnesota. And in the last minute of the second period, Florida was putting pressure on the defense. They're trying to get that goal in. Ultimately, they could not do so, and that concludes the second period. We go to the third period, where Minnesota actually starts off pretty well. They almost got one in, but Bobrovsky making some clutch saves. Matt Boldy making saves. Not Matt Boldy. Matt Boldy was trying to make a shot, but Bobrovsky saved it. Marco Rossi saved, and then Kirill Kaprizov save again. So Bobrovsky was also getting some saves in. So, and then after that, we were gonna go ahead and then say that Kachuk hit Pat Maroon. Yeah, we all remember that name, right? He was part of that Tampa Bay team for a long time, and yeah, we still don't like Pat Maroon. I still hate Pat Maroon. No offense. Sam Reinhart wins face-off against Joel Eriksson. and Anton Lundell's shot blocked by Eriksson Ek. And then Eriksson Ek hit Dmitry Kulikov, Anton Lundell give away, and then there was an icing. And then Minnesota goes into the attack, shot blocked by Kulikov, and the puck frozen, which means it got stuck in the equipment. That's funny. So then after that, Foligno also hits Carver Hagee. Rodriguez blocked by Jonas Brodin, and Tkachuk slap saved by Philip Gustafsson. And then Pat Maroon has a puck. It was blocked by Mahura, and then after that he hits Mackie Samsonov. So that sucked. So and then in at 9:54 in the minute, there was a roughing against Nico Mikola against Brock Fader, and then there was a bench clear. There was a bench fight between Balinskis, interference against Marcus Johnson, and Brock Faber roughing against Nico Mikola. It still ended up being a 4-on-3, which Minnesota will ultimately still have the power play. And then cheap shot by Marcus Foligno against Matthew Tkachuk. That's the cheap shot I was talking about. The fight broke out when Foligno was having a cheap shot against Matthew Tkachuk. Panthers and myself and fans, as well as myself, did not take that lightly as we were still losing. And ultimately, we go on the power play, and then we had a big chances there during that power play. Tkachuk trying to make it personal, and that was saved. You understand, with Philip Gustafsson, he has never won against Florida Panthers, as far as I know. This was a huge performance for him, and I think under Minnesota's regime, he's going to be a good goalie. Sam Reinhart's tips in save, and then he tries to get with a backhand, right, and that went wide. And Rodriguez save, and then the penalty would ultimately being killed off. So Forsling tries to get something in, and that shot went wide. And then another hit to Sam Sarkevich. Kulikov shot save, and then take away by Gustav Forsling, take away by Kulikov, and then Kirill Kasparov shot save by Bobrovsky. So let's see, Barkov tries to get one in, and he just misses. Sam Reinhart was saved. That went to the icing. And Tkachuk blocked by Goligoski. So now, empty net. Now we go to empty net. Now they're pushing. They're really pushing to get this goal. They don't want to at least lose in a shutout. Barkov tries to get one in. That shot was blocked by Jonas Brodin. Matthew Tkachuk tips in, save by Gustafsson. Carver Hagee, save by Gustafsson. Matthew Tkachuk, again, save by Gustafsson. And then one more chance, and that was saved by Gustafsson, and that's the hockey game. Minnesota wins this game 2-0. I'm not crazy about this game. Minnesota's a good team. It's really difficult to play against Minnesota on the road. We had good chances. We had 41 shots. Ultimately, none of them were able to capitalize. Some of them were missed. Some of them were just fantastic saves by Gustafsson. As no surprise, he is one of the stars of the game. He has 1 star, 2 stars is Brock Faber, and 3 stars is Joel Eriksson Ek. So, no surprise there. As for team stats, 41 shots compared to 21 Minnesota has, 9 hits for Florida Panthers compared to 15 that Minnesota has, and 12 penalty minutes compared to just 10 with Minnesota. And possession of the puck with face-off stats, 59.7% compared to Minnesota, which is 40.3%. And that's saying a lot with Minnesota's defense and Florida's offense. So, tough loss, but not really that tough. It's just game 1. Not really going crazy about it. No, there's no reason to go full panic. No full panic yet, unless we really suck. But right now, it's just game 1. On to Winnipeg Jets on Saturday. The game starts at 1 o'clock. Well, for me, it starts at 1 o'clock because I'm still on the West Coast. But 4 o'clock in Florida and 3 o'clock Central Time because we are going to be going in Winnipeg, Canada. So that should be fun. Paul Maurice goes back to Winnipeg. And yeah, folks, let's see what happens there. Goalie matchup for that match. is going to be Sergey Bobrovsky versus Connor Hellebuck. I apologize if I get that wrong. Again, I'm not good with names. Hellebuck. And let's see what happens from there. And then we go to Newark on Monday. We'll be playing against New Jersey, who is off to a great start. So that should be a match of interest. And then we go to do our home stretch for a little bit. So yeah, folks, that's going to do it for this video. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my content, because Miami TG has it back. And when he does, he'll be right there with you for your entertainment you deserve. And by the way, I'm having a good time on my vacation. And I am putting up more content on my other channel, which you should definitely check out. And there's gonna be some more recaps coming in. Just a couple more days, and then I head back home to the East. So, yeah, folks, that's gonna do it, and I'll see you guys another day. Good night, everybody.